They say when you check into a cheap motel off the highway, you're rolling the dice. You might get a quiet night's sleep, or you might stumble into something you can never unsee. This story happened in Briar Ridge, Pennsylvania back in 2017. It was submitted anonymously to a now-deleted Reddit thread, but before it disappeared, it gained traction fast. People in the local area started whispering again about room 313, a room that had been closed off for years. And the reason why? It's the kind of thing you only believe after it's too late. A 29-year-old traveling software rep, let's call him Mike, was driving from Ohio to New Jersey for a conference. He was behind schedule and decided to pull into a small motel just off Route 22 near Briar Ridge. It was around 10:45 p.m., and the front office was barely lit. The clerk barely looked up when Mike asked for a room. Now, here's where things get strange. The guy working the front desk paused when he read the last available room number, 313. He looked at Mike and asked, "You sure you don't mind something old?" Mike laughed it off, thinking it was about the condition of the room. The clerk didn't laugh. He handed over the key like it weighed 100 pounds. Mike didn't think twice. He was exhausted. But by midnight, he'd regret everything. Room 313 was outdated. Dusty wallpaper, flickering light in the bathroom. But the bed looked clean and Mike crashed out fast. Sometime after 2 a.m., he woke up sweating. Not because it was hot, but because he felt watched. He swore he heard a woman crying. Very faint, almost like it was coming through the walls. Thinking it was a guest next door, he tried to go back to sleep, but the crying got louder. And then he heard something else. "You shouldn't be here!" Mike shot up in bed. The voice was whispering, clear as day, right behind him. He flipped on the lamp. No one. But on the carpet, wet footprints, barefoot, small, leading from the bathroom, straight to the side of the bed. The next morning, Mike checked out early. Before leaving, he casually asked the desk clerk, "Hey, what's the story with 313? The clerk didn't answer directly. He just said, "Most people who stay there don't come back, or they leave in the middle of the night." Mike went on to New Jersey trying to forget what happened, but it didn't end there. He began having nightmares every night. In each dream, he was back in room 313. And each time, he'd wake up hearing that voice whisper, "Come back, come back. You forgot me." A week later, Mike couldn't shake it. He searched online forums, deep Reddit threads, and local news archives. What he found chilled him to the bone. In 1999, a young woman named Lena Harrow had gone missing while passing through Briar Ridge. She had checked into the Briar Ridge Motel, room 313. Security footage showed her going in, but never coming out. The police investigated. Her car was still in the lot. No signs of forced entry. The room was spotless. No blood, no evidence. Just gone. Since then, several other people had reported hearing crying and footsteps, but it was always dismissed. Locals say her spirit is trapped, still waiting to be found, still thinking she was forgotten. 3 years later, Mike received a package. No return address. Inside was a single item, a room key, from Briar Ridge Motel, room 313. With it, a note. "You came close, but you didn't listen. Come back. Finish it." To this day, Mike has never returned to Briar Ridge. but he keeps the key in a locked drawer. And every now and then, he hears soft crying coming from it at night. Was Lena's spirit trying to reach out to someone who would finally solve her case? Did Mike trigger something by spending the night there? Or is room 313 some kind of trap? A place that marks you even if you leave it? Whatever the answer is, one thing is clear. Room 313 is waiting, and it might be calling you next. What do you think happened in room 313? Do you believe in haunted motels or spirits trapped in time? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to Ghost Story 2.0 for more true horror stories from across the United States. You never know. The next story might be happening in your state.